Hello, this is GRAZINA and welcome back to Gap Year. In the previous video, we learned 7 things about the future of work. And the first lesson was that we have to get ready for lifelong learning because we will have to change our professions multiple times throughout our lives. It sounds easy, but in reality, it's much harder to implement it and adjust to those changes, especially when we get older and we become set in our own ways. So for that reason, I reached out to my granddad Harry and asked his advice on how to deal with changes and difficult things that life throws at us. He went through many challenges himself, and after experiencing a life-threatening injury, Harry dedicated the rest of his life to guiding and supporting young people from all over the world. He even set up a fund at the Cambridge University, which will sponsor underprivileged students for many years to come. Harry is 87 years old, and I still can't believe that he started learning how to use a computer at the age of 82. And ever since, he only video calls me. So let's see what he had to say on our last call. Harry, tell us what made you switch from paper mail and good old telephone landline calls to this whole new world of internet. You are a senior person. Shouldn't people adjust to your ways of living as opposed to you adjusting to us youngsters?
Yes. It's all very well to say that they must adopt my way of living, but you must understand that now the old thing is out of the window. Old system has gone. New systems are coming in. So instead of them moving to my way of living, I decided that I should be like them and understand them, and that will help them with my experience. So I changed my ideas and I am more changeable, change my attitude and do things like them. And this is why they have bonded very well with me, and they really treat me as a father or a grandfather.
So could you tell me what's the story? How did you learn to use a computer?
Yes. Well, in the beginning, I resisted. I didn't want to do. I thought I'd get away without using these new things. But necessity is the mother of invention. So I had to. And luckily, my rascals, as I call them, my children, they gave me one of their computers and started with card games, and then eventually I started learning a little bit by little bit, and then I got used to it. And luckily, thank goodness that now I'm able to use this computer. I started actually at the age of 82. I still can't type properly. So if there's a long letter or something, the boys and the girls who are here, they do the work of typing. Other things I can manage quite well. And I'm quite happy about it. And this way, I'm getting the news from all over the world, video calls from all over the world, and I'm very, very happy that I did it.
Harry, you were spending a large part of this quarantine alone. How did the internet help you in your day-to-day life?
Oh, certainly. I never felt that I'm alone, because internet is like another person in the house. Everybody is ringing me on the telephone or on the computer, video calls. And I'm so busy that I never thought that I'm alone. So I was always busy talking to people. I didn't have even the time to do my other things as well. Sometimes I had too many calls and I used to get tired, and I said, "Now, come on, don't ring me now." But it was wonderful. And I actually, this pandemic has done something good. I think it as a blessing in disguise, because this is the first time I'm on my own without anyone, but I managed quite well for almost 6 months.
Harry, I have to say, you have a very unique way of approaching changes in life. Where do you get so much positivity and strength within you?
Yes, this goes back to my way of living and also my background. I come from a reasonably good family where my parents were the leaders in the community, and what they taught me that has become very useful now. First is discipline, second is education, and third is responsibility. These three things has shaped my life, and that's what I have. And I am never afraid to do anything else without these three things.
I know when you were in your 50s, you were badly injured, stabbed in the streets of London. And ever since you dedicated your life to young people from around the world, you even started your own fund to sponsor Cambridge University students. Why did you start to coach and support young people? Shouldn't that be the role of parents and schools?
Yes, I realized in my life that I want to leave a legacy, and I saw the opportunity that I had at that time. And luckily, I was redundant. Actually, I was retired and I had nothing else to do. And I got this opportunity, so I took it. And I realized that young people do not know what they want in their lives because there is no one to guide them in the first place. Second thing is their parents are too busy working, getting the money, or too busy with other things, so they never teach them anything. So when they come here as students, I realize that I must take the responsibility either to be their father, grandfather, whatever I have to be, and make sure that the future generation will do something better in their lives than the present ones. And this is why I took this responsibility and I put my life into it. And thank goodness that they come as students and leave, go back to the countries as my family.
Yes, it's amazing. And I witnessed it myself. Students arriving to your house with hardly any English skills and not very much ambition in life. And most of them have graduated from universities with amazing grades. But what surprises me the most is a lot of them became leaders in their societies and businesses today. How did it all start? Where did the students come from?
Yes, I'm very lucky. It started with the local ones from England here, but strangely enough, one by one, some of my friends who are from other countries, they wanted to send their children to me, and this is it started from one country to another. It started from Italy, Spain, Germany, and luckily it went right around the world. And the other day I counted, it seems that at least 40 to 50 countries, children from these countries have come from 40 to 50 countries. And I'm delighted that I had a chance to visit most of them in all the six continents that I had the chance to visit as well.
Harry, many people are going through a very challenging situation right now where they suddenly lost their job either to the pandemic or to automation, and they will have to look for totally different jobs out of the comfort zone. What advice would you give to those people?
So, first of all, they must think for themselves what next they want to do. That means reinvent themselves. And then they have to adjust themselves, either study, go for apprenticeship, or do something and move on. Because If you don't move yourself, no one is going to come and give you a job. So move yourself and be positive and never take no as an answer and move on. Yes, it will be hard. Yes, it will be difficult, but it's you have to do. And if you don't do yourself, nobody is going to do it for you. So move on. That's the advice I would give.
Thank you, Harry. But there is a saying, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. And I witnessed that myself working as a change management consultant. It's really hard for someone who has been doing the same job for many, many years and then suddenly it's gone.
Well, then you have to suffer. And if you don't suffer, no pain, no gain. And when you suffer, then you realize that you have to do something, whatever it is. You have to change your lifestyle instead of having a lavish lifestyle. Yeah, get back to a smaller way of living, change your spending, and also change your thinking. Then look for the job that you are interested in. You can't have everything put in your mouth by the government or by your relatives. You have to do it yourself. So you change yourself and don't expect others to change for you. That is the advice I would give them.
And how would you suggest to change yourself and gain that inner strength to move forward?
Yes, you should always be positive and never say no and say that I can't do it. Yes, and make sure that you keep to it. There's no point in say, oh, I can't do this and oh, no, no. You must try and try and try and try and try and try. That's the first thing. And once you do, and as I gave you the advice, that think positive and look forward to and never look backwards. Get over all the past things that you have got to learn from your mistakes and get on. Eventually, you will get better and you will certainly go right onto the top, as I have taught these people. And once they realize their potential, use that potential and go on the top.
So you are saying that it's all in our heads how we approach it.
Of course, they have to change their mindset completely. That is what I'm saying, that they have to change. You just cannot expect that, oh, I'm going to get this. There's no such thing that I get anything for nothing. You have to work for yourself, change your ideas. And that is why education is very important. Discipline is very important. And this is the way you are able to see things in different directions. But when you are not educated, no thinking, no nothing, what can you find? Nothing. So, this is why I said education and discipline and then responsibility are necessary. Those three ingredients in any time in your life.
Harry, thank you very much for your time and I will speak to you very soon.
Thank you. Thanks a lot and see you again. Bye-bye.
If you have any questions for Harry, please write them in the comment section below. He might ask somebody to type the answers for him, but I'm sure he will be delighted to hear from you. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the future episodes.